Hey viewers, you're watching The Savera and I'm Vidhi Joshi. India is facing mounting pressure after the United States imposed a sweeping 50% tariff on a wide range of Indian exports, a move that has sent shockwaves through New Delhi's policy circles. While officially aimed at pressuring Russia to end its war in Ukraine, the tariffs are seen by many as punishing India for its continued purchase of discounted Russian oil. The sudden escalation comes at a time when India has been striving to maintain a delicate balance between its strategic partnership with the US and its long-standing ties with Russia. The decision has sparked widespread concern among policymakers and economists who believe India is being unfairly targeted in a geopolitical game in which it is not a direct participant. India's oil trade with Russia underwent a dramatic transformation following the invasion of Ukraine in 2022. Until that point, India had largely relied on the Middle East, especially Saudi Arabia, Iraq and Nigeria for its crude oil needs. Russia was not a major supplier. However, after the group of 7 nations introduced a price cap of $60 per barrel on Russian crude to limit Moscow's war revenues, India refiners began to purchase large volume of oil at discounted rates. This strategy allowed India to save approximately $3.8 billion in the last fiscal year alone, according to the data from ICRA and reported by Bloomberg. In this process, Russia has risen to become India's top oil supplier, accounting for nearly 37% of its total oil imports, alongside China as one of Russia's biggest energy consumers. This shift came with clear economic benefits. Amid global price volatility, discounted Russian crude helped India manage inflationary pressures and maintain fuel affordability for its population. Indian officials have maintained that the decision to source oil from Russia was guided by economic logic, not political alignment. Until recently, the US seemed to tolerate this position. During a visit to India last year, US Treasury officials had even framed the price cap mechanism as a way for nations like India to access affordable Russian oil without directly financing the Kremlin's war efforts. However, the latest move by President Donald Trump, who is once again a major political figure in the United States of America, marks a sharp departure from that stance. Experts believe the tariff hike is a calculated attempt to force India to cut economic ties with Russia, particularly its oil imports, as part of a broader campaign to isolate Moscow. But the strategy is being viewed in New Delhi as coercive and counterproductive. As Vandana Hari, founder of the consultancy Vanda Insights, noted, the goal of pressuring Putin is understandable, but doing it with a gun on India's shoulder is unlikely to yield the intended results. From a purely economic standpoint, some analysts argue that India might not suffer significantly if it reorients its oil sourcing. Global crude prices are currently below $70 per barrel, and the price gap between Russia and Middle Eastern oil has narrowed sharply. Notably, in May 2025, Indian refiners were paying just $4.50 less per barrel for Russian oil than they would for oil from Saudi Arabia, a significant drop from the $23 discount seen in 2023. Shilan Shah of Capital Economics believes that the cost of switching suppliers is relatively small and that the issue now is more about political optics than financial impact. India, he argues, does not want to be seen as capitulating to US pressure, especially given its decades-long relationship with Russia. Amid this uncertainty, Indian oil companies are proceeding cautiously. With no clear directive from the government, many state-run firms that usually engage in spot deals for Russian crude are reportedly holding back. Sources familiar with the matter have told Bloomberg that these companies are waiting for guidance before making further commitments. For India, the challenge now lies in navigating this complex situation without compromising its energy security, export economy, or diplomatic independence. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.